Korean top team Bang Тэ Hьun has high hopes for this matchup as he faces a man with 20 career stoppage victories and a whole bunch of hype, Майрбек Тайсумов. A wrestler since the age of 12, Korean top team's Bang Тэ Hьun has been working towards his UFC debut for years. And tonight, the hard-hitting 29-year-old gets his shot at glory. A European Jiu-Jitsu champion with wins in 8 of his last 9 bouts, Austria's Майрбек Тайсумов is on a serious hot streak. It is one he hopes to continue when he shares the octagon with Bang here tonight. Coming up next, Bang Тэ Hьun battles Майрбек Taisoumov. Well, Brian Stan, Korean top team has some serious traction and momentum in the UFC right now, and looking to keep it going is that man, Bang Тэ Hьun.
Interesting, he was an amateur boxing champion, started training for fighting at 14 years old. We talked about how he was a wrestler since a child, but he's also been boxing for years. Very relaxed fighter, starts a little slow, and that could be a problem tonight against this current opponent. Likes to leave his left hand a little bit low and bait you in, as a lot of boxers do. Not sure that's the best way to go against Майрбек Тайсумов, but we'll see how it works out for him here in the first round.
8 career wins by knockout for Bang Тэ Hьun, has fought some high-level competition, went the distance with both Jorge Masvidal and Takanori Gomi back in 2008. And this is a tough guy to put away, Brian. Never been knocked out in his career and certainly doesn't plan on suffering that fate here tonight against Taisumov.
He's not huge for the weight class, but he is very powerful. Watching one of his earlier fights, actually knocked someone out from inside their guard.
Cold with one punch. It was Cameron Silva. And, I mean, you just rarely see that in mixed martial arts, inside of someone's guard, but one punch with the ground and pound.
You know, we talked about his team, Korean top team. Their coaches actually majored in mixed martial arts in college in South Korea.
Yeah.
Very impressive how quickly they've become a powerhouse camp in Asia.
Bang Тэ Hьun, a switch stance fighter. He's 30 years old. He comes in having won 2 of 3, 16-7 for his mixed martial arts career. And about a 2.5 to 1 underdog here tonight against the very highly touted Майрбек Тайсумов. Bang Тэ Hьun touching down in the octagon for the first time.
Be interesting to see what kind of game plan he employs against Майрбек Тайсумов, who is a finisher in every sense of the word.
Well, many of our avid mixed martial arts fans are acutely aware of Майрбек Тайсумов. He comes in at 20-4, 11 wins by knockout, another 9 by submission, and you will not find anyone in the mixed martial arts world with a bad thing to say about this guy. He is skilled and strong in every facet of the game, and character too. Very humble guy, tremendous work ethic, and if you've seen any footage on this guy, you know he brings it from the opening bell.
No doubt. He's the guy making his debut tonight with the biggest wow factor, I believe. He is explosive and an extremely aggressive fighter. 13 of his finishes come in the first round, and we talked about Bang Тэ Hьun's tendency to start slow in fights. That would be a major mistake against Майрбек Тайсумов, who starts quickly. I talked to him yesterday. He said he should have been in the UFC years ago, he feels, but he wanted to come when he felt he was ready to compete with anybody in the weight class, and he feels like right now he could fight anybody at 155 pounds.
And you see the popular UFC veteran Roger Huerta in his corner. He has called Майрбек Тайсумов the next George St. Pierre. We'll see if he can live up to that hype here tonight. Our Tail of the Tape is sponsored by Hudson Shipping, Transporting Innovation. The 30-year-old Korean opposite the 25-year-old Майрбек Тайсумов, who enters the octagon with a 2-inch reach advantage. We go inside the octagon for the particulars. Here's Joe Martinez.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with our next bout tonight. 3 rounds this scheduled in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a freestyle fighter with a professional record of 16 victories and 7 defeats. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at the lightweight limit 156 pounds. Fighting out of Seoul, South Korea, here is the supernatural Bang Тэ takes his opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner. His background is in wrestling and Muay Thai. A 24-fight veteran, he brings 20 victories and 4 defeats. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in 155 pounds. Fighting out of Vienna, Austria, here is Майрбек Taisumov. Referee in charge of the action is Leon Roberts.
Leon Roberts, our third man in the octagon here.
Right back, be on the line. Right back.
Azusa getting
first
things
round,
going
fight.
for round one.
Bring it on.
The fighters touch gloves and we are underway. The fight clock brought to you by OSIM, Asia's #1 brand in healthy lifestyle products.
I talked earlier about Bong's tendency to hold his hands low, very confident in his boxing, being an amateur boxing champion out of Seoul, South Korea. Don't be surprised if Майрбек comes with some high kicks, training at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. Certainly a major capability of his.
And he's fought in some big shows, so certainly shouldn't be fazed by this atmosphere. We talk so much about the UFC jitters. Don't expect too many of them out of Майрбек Taiсумов. And for Bang Тэ Hьun, he has talked about these mistakes that Taisoumov makes. He's watched a lot of film and feels like he sees a few things that he can capitalize on here tonight.
Well, he certainly has the look of a very confident man, took command of the center of the octagon right now, and he's keeping his hands low, trying to bait Майрбек in. And there's the high kick we talked about with his hands that low. Bang Тэ Hьun should expect more of those. Hyun looking to counterpunch here. Eats a huge leg kick there from Майрбек.
Who follows it up with a straight right hand.
And Taisoumov grew up a wrestler, so wouldn't be surprised to see him eventually try and take this to the mat, although he normally likes to stand and trade with his opponents. Another huge inside leg kick. You can already see the right leg of Bang Тэ Hьun turning purple right inside his right knee. Oh, and a huge body kick there from Taisoumov.
But a nice job by Bang Тэ Hьun to eat it and keep moving forward.
He landed a nice left hand there on Taisoumov. Hyun's got to be careful not to counterpunch too much in these rounds. You could sometimes lose a round on points just from the other fighter being more active.
And we mentioned Taisoumov being the total package. He likes to strike, but he has been a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion in Austria, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic. Has a lot of credentials, really, in every discipline of mixed martial arts, and lands another killer inside leg kick there.
Nice straight left there from Bang Тэ Hьun, followed by a right hook.
Able to check the kick upstairs despite the reaction from the crowd.
You know, even when you block those kicks, when you're fighting, you know, an orthodox versus southpaw opponent, that still hurts. You're getting your own hand smashed into your face. Huge left hook there from Майрбек. Looks like it stuns Bang Тэ Hьun. Hyun continues to hold his hands low.
Nice job. Taisoumov catches the leg and throws the right hand. Bang Тэ Hьun shaking it off.
Very interesting. He's been hit with some big shots, and Hyun still with his hands below his chest here, baiting Taisoumov in.
Bang Тэ Hьun doing a nice job keeping that left hand up.
Майрбек is starting to find his range with his left hook. Every time he throws a straight right, Hyun drops his own right hand, leaving the left hook of Taisoumov wide open.
And you see a cut on the bridge of the nose of Taisoumov.
Taisoumov is very technically sound in every aspect of mixed martial arts, utilizing good footwork here. Hyun really doing his best to try and get this fight into boxing range. When they get in tight, dirty boxing range, Bang Тэ Hьun is landing some nice combinations. Surprised to see Taisoumov not throwing more of those inside leg kicks and a huge right hand there. Hyun tried a flying knee and paid the price.
But man, is that chin holding up here. It has been all action through 4+ minutes.
Just incredible how confident Bang Tai Hyun is in his chin as he stalks down Taisoumov with his hands at waist level.
Yeah, he is not intimidated by Майрбек Тайсумов.
근데 조금 다 좋은데 제가 어설프게 올른 아이킥 하나만 블로킹해주고 그 다음에 네가 페이크를 좀 만들어봐 태연아. 너무 지금 둔하거든. 앞손 하나 걸리면 갈 것 같아. 근데 어설픈 거 날라가도 한 대 맞는단 말이야. 그리고 천천히 보니까 걔가 계속 압박 당하잖아 태연아. 좋아 지금 좋아 페이스. 왼쪽 너무 내려가잖아.
Bang Tai Hyun's coaches are telling me they want to use a little bit more fakes and feints. Don't be so straightforward with your movement. Interesting to see if he starts the round out with his hands so low. There's a beautiful counter to the leg kick by Taisoumov. Catches the kick, hits him with an overhand right. There's that left hook that Taisoumov was finding a home for. Towards the end of the round, though, Bang Tai Hyun was doing a nice job of closing the distance and in there landing good body to head shots in his boxing range.
Step up, beyond the line. Right back. Beyond the line. Second round, you ready to fight?
So a strong opening stands up for Майрбек Тайсумов, but man, is Bang Тэ Hьun fearless.
Comes out with his hands a little bit higher. Surprised Taisoumov doesn't go right back to that inside leg kick that he did so much damage with early in round one. Taisoumov continues to circle to his right, which against a southpaw like Hyun is not necessarily the best idea. Here he switches up, finally starts circling left, which can give you a better angle to land your straight right and your right body kick.
Nice kick to the body there to give you some perspective. Майрбек Тайсумов, the biggest favorite on this fight card, top to bottom. So
Bang Tai Hyun is waiting too much. He's got to start getting off first. He's allowing Taisoumov to start his combinations and get out of range before Hyun can counterpunch effectively. You know, it's always easy to talk about these adjustments when you're outside the cage, but when you're in there in the heat of the moment, sometimes these things just don't occur to you. You don't realize what the scorecards are. In your own mind, you think you're winning or you think you see an opening, and maybe that's what's happening here with Bang Tai Hyun.
Taisoumov, a tremendous athlete, finally works on a takedown attempt here and he gets it.
Nice single leg takedown. Майрбек has a very active top game. Beautiful get up there by Bang Tai Hyun. Uses his own legs to butterfly hook and stand right back up without sustaining any damage.
But Bang Tai Hyun starting to show some signs of fatigue. Майрбек Тайсумов, at least the book on him is that he has cardio for days. Certainly appears to be the fresher fighter here with 3 minutes to go in round two.
Oh, you could tell the weigh-ins yesterday. He's in phenomenal shape.
And I think that's part of the reason Roger Huerta, excuse me, Brian, makes that George St. Pierre comparison, just how seriously he takes everything when it comes to his mixed martial arts career.
Oh, Roger Huerta said in camp, they have to get light heavyweights to go with this guy. He beats up everybody at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand, and here's Bang Tai Hyun. He landed inside leg kicks of his own, followed up by a nice front kick. One of the things we've seen is Taisoumov has thrown a number of right high kicks. They've all been blocked by Hyun. Big right hand there, but as he blocks those, his left hand, which is his best weapon, that left arm and left hand are getting smashed by the shin of Taisoumov. That can take away from the power of that left arm. You can see some bruising already on the elbow of Bang Tai Hyun for his left elbow from eating some of those kicks to the body and the head that he's had to block.
So we cross the 2-minute mark now in our middle round. A couple of UFC debuts here, Майрбек Тайсумов and Bang Тэ Hьun. Front kick there for Bang.
Now, Hyun hasn't attempted one takedown yet, which really causes Taisimov to only have to focus on one thing.
Nice right hand there.
Even sometimes just an attempted takedown that you may not, you know the guy's a better wrestler, but just go for it to get it into his head can open up some of your strikes. Another nice inside leg kick there by Bang Тэ Hьun. We've seen a lot fewer kicks from Taisimov in the second round, and sometimes you smash your foot against your opponent's knee and that'll stop you from kicking for the rest of the fight.
And we'll see if Taisimov, no, backs off the takedown there. Under a minute to go in round 2.
Nice takedown defense there from Bang Тэ Hьun. Again, we talked about his counterpunching and he's not being very active. That can sometimes lose you rounds just based on volume alone, where Taisimov right now is the far busier fighter. There again, you see Hyun being so apprehensive to throw his combinations first. He's just so comfortable counter-striking, but there's no plan B right now.
Kick to the body lands flush for Taisimov.
I don't know if that was the body or the groin, but Hyun just ate it regardless.
Certainly exuding some toughness is the Korean top team rep.
발이 들어갔냐? 바디에 들어갔어?
Is it hard? Did you get hit in the body?
현아, 냉정히 잘
It's
들어.
all right. It's all right.
지금
Just
우리
try to
1라운드
be
다
cool.
졌어.
Calm down.
어?
I think we're doing
네가
the
잘
last one
몰아놓고
round.
마지막에
You did
가둔단
okay.
말이야. 네가 몰아놓고 약간
You need to put him in the corner. You need to put him in. Try to get low.
그리고
Try to get low. Okay?
한단 말이야. 앞으로
Now,
제끼기 들어가면 제끼기.
Try to give a little fake. Okay?
너무 서서만 해, 너무 서서만.
And you're
못
being
따라간단
too
말이야. 다
straight.
몰아놓고 풀어주고.
Try not to be so straight. Okay?
All right, we can't just be there. Yep. Here you go, brother. Hey, you're winning it, but you gotta start. Hey, you gotta start doing more than what you're doing. You gotta start doing more than what you're doing. Let's go.
Right back. Okay, do the final. You ready to fight?
So Roger Waird's in that corner of Майрбек Тайсумов, looking for more activity. Feels as though his fighter's winning the fight, but doesn't want to leave this in the judges' hands.
Well, it's no secret. They expected more from Taisimov. They wanted to have him have such an impressive debut that the UFC wanted to immediately match him with their higher caliber guys at 155 pounds. Beautiful rebel change.
The crowd reacts to that power takedown from Taisimov, and we'll see what he can do with it now.
Interesting. Hyun had the butterfly guard, gave up one of the hooks. Butterfly guard is one of the very best positions to get back to your feet when you're on bottom. Taisimov normally very active on top. Does not like to just sit in one position, loves to throw elbows and big punches.
And you gotta like Taisumov's willingness to mix it up. The takedown attempts have started to creep in here towards the second half of this fight.
Now, we knew coming in he was a very well-rounded, high-caliber fighter. He's certainly showcased that here tonight. Really just in round 2, his volume went down a little bit. He didn't try to finish the fight as much. He wasn't kicking as much. Could have possibly injured his foot. Certainly different than round 1 where he was very aggressive. Does a nice job rotating Hyun away from the cage so he can create room and try and mount here. He's going to look for a head and arm choke. He lost it.
Some shoulder strikes there for Taisumov, who has never needed the judges in his 20 career wins.
Hyun's doing a nice job of forcing Taisimov to use his hands to control him rather than posture up and strike. And another very nice get up by Bang Тэ Hьun, using the cage, getting some room with his hips, getting back to his feet. And Hyun's coaches said they wanted to see a lot more from him in this round and mix it up. He was being too straightforward, standing right in front of him, throwing the same punches.
And a brief attempt at a trip there. Taisoumov not having it as he slams Bang Té Hьun to the canvas.
Big mistake by Hyun staying in that body lock, knowing that Taisoumov is a very experienced wrestler. Textbook body lock, takedown. Taisoumov going to try and take the back here.
And powerfully drags Bang Té Hьun back to the mat.
Showcases the strength that Roger Huerta was talking about for Taisoumov. Said Taisoumov was by far the best fighter out of their camp in Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. Hyun is starting to show some serious signs of fatigue here. Well, Taisoumov has trapped his arm here. He has his left arm around the back, and Hyun is able to get his left arm back now and go back to trying controlling the arms of Taisoumov.
Taisoumov working out of the half guard here, and you see he doesn't discriminate. I mean, he will throw everything at his opponent. Bang Té Hьun has absorbed a bulk of that punishment here tonight.
I'll tell you what, Hyun hasn't mixed it up very well tonight, but he has showcased tremendous heart. No doubt about it, he is tough. He's eaten some kicks, some punches here. Again, returns to his feet, nice work. He has got to get active. He's got to fight right now like a fighter who's lost 2 rounds and go for a finish right now. He cannot sit back and allow Taisoumov to get off first continually here.
And Bang Té Hьun switching to the orthodox stance there and eats a leg kick for his troubles. You just wonder how much is left in the gas tank here for Bang Té Hьun. Spinning attempt for Taisoumov doesn't land. Brief complaint there registered for a strike to the back of the head.
Pretty impressive that Taisoumov threw a spinning back kick to a left hook.
And you see the damage surrounding that right eye of Bang Té Hьun. 45 seconds and counting to go in this one. Nice body shot there by Taisoumov.
Hyun continues to trot forward with the same game plan. A beautiful takedown there by Майрбек Тайсумов, showing off some judo skills there.
So we've seen a little bit of everything from Майрбек Тайсумов here in his UFC debut against Bang Té Hьun, now operating out of the guard. And he might need the judges here tonight. Nonetheless, a dominant effort from Майрбек Тайсумов, looking to put Vienna, Austria on the map. And doing a nice job of that here tonight in his UFC debut.
Now, you know, Майрбек didn't get the finish. He should come away with a decision win here. And, you know, it takes time. It takes experience in the UFC to really catch your groove. And I don't care how many fights you have before you get here. There's your career before the UFC, and then there's your career once you start in the UFC. It is completely different. You can see immediately Майрбек saying sorry to his coach, Roger Huerta. Taisoumov really wanted to finish in an impressive fight here. Certainly showcased a wide variety of skills, was impressive nonetheless without getting a finish. Well, you know, the story here was just Bang Té Hьun allowed Taisoumov to get off first continuously here, and then stuck around in the clinch far too often. He got taken down several times from the clinch. Just can't afford to stay in that position with a wrestler of the caliber of Taisoumov there. Another nice level change to a double leg takedown. Wasn't able to get the finish on the feet, but he had several options in this fight. Bang Té Hьun did not.
And the timing was there on the takedowns. Every time he engaged and went for one, it seemed to be there for Майрбек Тайсумов. He came in with a 3-fight winning streak. We'll see if he extended it here. The official decision is in. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and all 3 judges agree 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Майрбек Taisoumov.
So there it is. Майрбек Тайсумов has won 9 of his last 10, and certainly a name to keep an eye on in perennially one of the UFC's most ruthless divisions, 155 pounds. Майрбек Taisoumov, a winner in his UFC debut.